What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. We lost again, dropped more points, this time to Manchester City. No real shame in losing to Man City, especially the way that we lost, but we're going to delve into all the major talking points in today's video. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we need every single like and every single subscriber on the road to 200k. So guys, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe, press the bell notification button if you want to be the first to know whenever we release any new content. Check out my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G, as well. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Man City versus Chelsea. I thought it would be a lot worse than that. I really thought it would be a lot worse than that. But I also think as well, if we're going to be happy with the fact that it's only 1-0, it shows how far off the standard we have been this season. We are now 10 points off 4th. We are now 10 points off 18th. It's weird. It's a really terrible position, but standard to where we've been this season. But in terms of the way that we played, we weren't as bad as I thought we would be. I thought we were going to get absolutely battered within the first 20 minutes. Haaland would get an easy hat-trick or something like that, and then they play possession football for the rest of the game. We actually held our own. We really held our own, and I feel it's a bit unlucky on us as well. Obviously, there's areas where we just weren't better than Manchester City. In the final third, we were just simply not decisive enough. Defensively, I thought we were very solid, but there were times where we just struggled against the Manchester City press, which is as you would do as well. Like, Man City are ridiculous on the counter press, and we saw that numerous times in the first half where we were trying to play out the back, and it just wasn't working. But this is the difference in the golfing class between the two sides. This is why Manchester City have been Premier League champions 4 times out of the last 5 seasons. And this is the reason why we haven't touched it in the last 5 seasons. But for the way we've been this season, probably one of our better performances. Does say a lot, though. I want to get into first talking point, and that is about recruitment. I think this game has only just showcased how important it is to recruit in the right areas this summer. We do still need more midfield depth, in my opinion. In spite of the good performances that we saw from Lewis Hall and Carney Chukwuemeka, I think we only saw the likes of Hall and Gallagher and the other subs come on after it was 1-0 and it was already too late. Going forward, though, we might actually need a little bit more recruitment than I expected, because Pulisic's now out, Sterling's now out. There are only 2 direct wingers, and there are only 2 highest chance creators per 90 as well. If they're out for a long period of time, we might actually have to prioritise a winger after all. And even in spite of that, like, we did still lack a lot of cutting edge in the final third, and we might need that attacking reinforcement as well as midfield reinforcement in this window. We have said that we are treating this window the same way we would the summer window, so we might need to recruit in multiple areas just like we would do in the summer. But yeah, that I just had to bring that point out in general, because if we don't make the right recruitment this summer, top 4, top 6, maybe even further down than that is going to look like a struggle, because we're making every single game look hard. But yeah, that's just my first point on the recruitment. If we go back into the game and into individual performances, I want to start on a positive. My second point is Zakaria. And Zakaria might be worth the buyout clause, because every single game that he's playing, he looks like he's starting to grow in confidence. Like, I will say though, I'll tell a lie, because the only bad game I did see from him was the Nottingham Forest match. But I thought he was very good against Zagreb. City in the Cup, I thought he was good. Not as good as the Zagreb game, but again, it is Manchester City. But against City in the league, probably his best performance. He looked very composed. He was good in tight spaces. He was good at bringing the ball forward. He came with energy. He came with conviction. He came with confidence in his own abilities. And it was a very, very good midfield performance from him. He was my man of the match, personally. It was a very strong performance from him, and he has to be starting more games for me. Hell, I want to see a bit more of the Kovacic and Zakaria pivot. Maybe it was good because we were playing in transition, and we are a lot better when we play in transition. But I don't know if I'd bench them two. because Zakaria and Kovacic together were absolutely brilliant. Both were amazing at playing the ball out of tight spaces under pressure, beating the Manchester City press, playing the ball forward into the right areas. It was a very, very, very positive performance from him and from Kovacic as well. And I just need to say, if Zakaria keeps playing like that, maybe that's one midfield option that we should be looking at for next season. Because he is only 27 million. If he performs well, that is a bargain. If he doesn't perform well in future, we can just send him back and that's fine. But as of right now, he looks like he's worth it. He does look like he's worth it. Koulibaly, I want to go into him as well while we're talking about positives. That was a much, much better performance from him. I think it was a smart move from Graham Potter, playing him on the left-hand side as opposed to right with Azpilicueta. Those two just do not pair well together. But Koulibaly looked a lot more composed. He was in the right areas to make key blocks, especially in the first half. Did his job against Haaland with the same energy that Thiago Silva did. And yeah, it was a great performance from him. It was a really, really optimistic performance from him. I do want to see a lot more of that Koulibaly. As someone who's willing to play the ball with composure. Someone who's willing to trust in their own abilities a little bit more. Because I just haven't seen that from him consistently. But yeah, good performance from Koulibaly. That's my third point. Point number 4. Kepa. We do need to talk about Kepa. We're not going to be reactionary or anything, but Kepa had to do better for that goal, man. Had to do better. His anticipation was all over the place. It was a great pass from Jack Grealish across the face of goal, but when you're that close to it, you need a lot better awareness, in my opinion. And it's just an easy catch from that angle, and these are the millimeters that separated us and Manchester City in this game, because we could have escaped with a draw. And it's just frustrating that it's little moments like this that cost us. But I can't say too much about Kepa because he's been so good for us this season. I don't want to be slandering him. I'm not going to jump to conclusions and say he's not good enough for us, but he should have done a lot better there. But let me know what you guys are saying in the comments. My final point, Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka 100% deserves more game time. He came onto the pitch against Man City, wasn't expected to get any game time. And he came with confidence, he came with conviction, ability and belief in himself. He was driving the ball forward amazingly. He was very unlucky not to score as well. He had a shot hit the post and he didn't let that get his head down either. He kept asking questions in the Man City midfield. He kept driving through them, progressing the ball well. And you could see little hints of the player that he is going to become in the next few years if he continues to develop at this level. It was a brilliant performance from him against brilliant opposition as well. And Chukwuemeka has to take a bow for that. But that is also the end of 5 things we learned. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my points. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. And as always, like and subscribe and up the Chelsea.